Hello, I'm Herbert Wiggins, bankruptcy, debt, and commercial attorney in Lakewood, California. I own an office called Herbert Wiggins, a professional law corporation, and I handle bankruptcies and other debt and insolvency and commercial matters. And people have been asking me, when they get sued by a credit card company, get sued by a lender, what should I do? And I tell people there are three things that they need to do if they're sued by a credit card company or a lender on a loan, on a line of credit, on a credit card. The first thing is get an attorney. You have to have an attorney to handle a case against a large bank. Banks have lawyers. Sometimes they have armies of lawyers, and you have to be able to respond to them. You have to be able to respond in a way that they understand, either in the court with what's called an answer or some other type of responsive pleading, or through negotiation, or with your own demand, which we'll talk about in a moment. But you can't simply negotiate with them all by yourself. Secondly, you have to file a responsive pleading with the court. Sometimes, if you have a verified complaint, you have to have a verified answer. Other times, you're going to be filing what's called a general denial. Sometimes, even what's called a demur. But the point is, you have to respond in the court, because if you don't, what's going to happen is the court will say, well, you're not interested, Mr. Smith, you're not interested, Ms. Jones, we're going to take your default. And once your default is taken, the bank may end up freezing your bank account, garnishing your wages, repossessing your car, or taking other property away from you, because your ability to speak in the court has been terminated by the default. So get the attorney, file a response so your default is not entered by the court. And third, you and your attorney should look very closely and very honestly at what this particular debt represents for you. Is it one of many debts? Do you have 5 credit cards of $10,000 each, plus student loans? Or is this one card for $2,000? Is this something you can pay through negotiation? Or is it something that may lead to bankruptcy because you have simply no way to pay these debts and other debts and your mortgage, etc., etc., etc. So you need to have an honest evaluation of your ability to pay. Now, if this is what's called a national lender's loan, something that's under the auspices of the Federal Reserve and the comptroller of the currency, which includes Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, if it's one of those, then you have federal rights. And you may be able to enforce those federal rights through a cross-complaint against the lender or the bank, particularly if you are a female, minority, or have been on public assistance, whether that's veterans benefits, SSI, workers' comp, public disability, the many types of public benefits. So if you're in one of those categories, you may have an action against the lender under something called the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. So you may have something to fire back at the bank or lender that may cause the bank or lender to think twice about pursuing the matter against you. So again, those 3 items are: number 1, get a lawyer; number 2, file a responsive pleading; and number 3, work with your attorney to decide if you need to file a bankruptcy, if you can negotiate your way out of it, or if you in fact have a federal complaint against a lender, which might cause the debt to go away entirely. Again, my name is Herbert Wiggins, bankruptcy attorney, financial attorney in Lakewood, California, and thank you for your attention. I hope this was of help. Bye-bye.